Well, good afternoon, solar YouTubers. I had a whole video made and didn't realize my new piece came in. So I trashed that video and to show you a new piece. It is the monitor that goes with the F-Rip. I don't do unboxings because I don't have the setup or anything to do. I did the unboxing of the generator, but of the inverter. Well, that's a 52. I thought I ordered a 50. Cool. And that's the specs on the back of the box. Well, remote. It came with screws for the wall. This faceplate screws into the bottom. I didn't show you any of this, so so screws for the faceplate goes here into these, and then you get those long screws for the wall, so you can mount that anywhere. And you just plug it right into there and plug it right in the back. So this literally shows you. Does it have a backlight? Yep, it has a backlight. It shows you what's coming in. Shows you what the charge controller is doing. It shows you the load. So before I had to cycle through everything. Now it's just sitting there and telling you everything you need to know. So I set that over there so I can see it. But right now the fridge is on, and I am charging, 7 amps, 8 amps. And then my Blue Eddy is on. That's my 200 watts connected to it. Right now it's not doing anything. It's powering that fan to cool off that charge controller. And it's powering my little fan right there. So, what was I saying in this other video that I deleted? A while ago I don't know if you can really see, it had 0 watts coming in and no amps. And I'm like, what the hell? It makes no sense. And look at my charge controller, it's not showing anything coming in. And then this was using the refrigerator, was using the batteries. This got down to 60 this morning. It was a 78, 79. I'm at 87, 89 in that area. So it used about 40 watt hours last night. Well, 40 amp hours. I got to do that math to convert that over, how many watt hours that is. So I had it plugged in, and I was on my computer. I took the day off. I had to work this morning, cleaning some carpets, and the guy called in sick or didn't show up. I don't know what the deal was, so I had to do it by myself. Job you guys got it done, right? So the boss yelled at me, you should call me, but by the time I called him, by the time he got in, I had the job already halfway done, so I'm not worried about it. So then I'm not going to go off and do my full-time job. So I took the day off. I just running that route on Saturday. So, hey, what's the star of the show at? Where's she at? There she is. There's the star of the show. You guys want kissies? We'll give him kissies. Give him kissies. Oh, there you go. You guys got kissies. Yeah, she's so pretty for now. So, cool. I got everything monitored up here. Everything's monitored. 200 going out, almost 200. I'm still charging the batteries, so literally the solar is running the fridge and charging the batteries, and that's what that's doing. I'm glad I got that today. I forgot that was coming. So this kind of quick video, I think. This we got 6 hours. Almost 8.5 there and 6, 7 there. So 8.5, 7 hours. If that does, I won't be able to charge these batteries up. So if the solar doesn't do it, then I'm gonna have to use the generator. It's not been really a good sunny solid day. I'll walk out here and I'll show you. Yeah, it's been cloudy. Right now we got good sun right now, big dark cloud. Everything's moving south, so That's what we have. I think that was over the fridge over the thing for a minute. But that's what we got. So, yeah. So we're charging pretty much the max on that. I'm thinking about getting a Victron charge controller. It'd be the 130 because I need 30 amps. That's only 20. But the math you need to worry about is how much throughout the night are you using. Okay, about 40 amp hours. Let's go and see. I don't know how you do that math. I gotta figure out how to do that math from amp hours to watt hours. I gotta figure that out. So you gotta figure out how many watt hours you are using a night. So in a 12 hour, well, right now it's a 12-hour period because sun's going. This stops charging about 6, 7 o'clock at night because of the tree. I have the trees back in the back, and it doesn't start actually producing anything until about 8, 9 o'clock. So about good 12, 13 hours. It's not doing anything. So it's running off of that. So, and you got to figure out that 40 watt hours, 40 amp hours, figure out in watt hours. I only got 400 coming in, so it can do the job, barely, I think, if I didn't have this issue. So this was probably not hooked up for a good hour and a half. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. It's not, yeah, I've never seen that vehicle in this area. So it wasn't hooked up for that good hour and a half too, I would say, at least 2 hours, hour and a half, so I lost all that. But it's coming up pretty good. I mean, I'm getting good amperage to it, good voltage to it. Hear that fan shut off? If you heard that fan shut off, that's what this EBA3 has been doing. Hopefully you guys heard that. Hopefully you heard that. It just shut off, came back on. So I hope you guys got that. That's what this does, and it's charged up. So I don't know if it's getting hot and shutting off. Fans are not on. Yeah, the fan is on. Yeah, the fan is on. So I don't know. It is on. I don't know if it's getting hot. What? Shutting down, coming back on. But I'm not pulling nothing with it. I'm not charging, hardly anything. 100 watts, 110 maybe. So I don't know. Hopefully it's just a unit, not bad unit or something. I don't know. I've had it for almost 2 years now, I'll say, and I've never really used it till now. I have no issues with it. I've not really used it like I've used it now. I've used it quite a bit now for the last couple months. So, I don't know. It's way out of warranty, so it's too late to do anything about it. Fridge still on. So when that fridge shuts off, all this should kick back up. So hopefully. But yeah, so this charge controller is actually, I have the booklet right here. So this charge controller is actually this one right here. So this can charge 24 volts. And then the monitor that goes with it is that monitor. And I swear I ordered the MT50, not the 52. It really doesn't matter, I don't think. Two sets of screws. I mean, you have your screws that come in it. You get the long screws that come in it. Then you have wall anchors that come in it, and these little black one pieces here will fit in the hoe, like so. If you want it like the hoe, if you want it that way, that looks pretty good. I'm not going to be mounting that anywhere soon or anything. That's just for that charge controller. I haven't even peeled off I haven't peeled off the sticker yet. The face sticker, the face protector. Yeah. Yep. Hold on. Apparently, I took a two-person job. So you want to do this on? Let's do this together. Let's peel this off together. And it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be one-handed. Ah, there we go. One-handed. There we go. So that was just a quick video of what I got going. I was really thinking about getting a Victron distribution center. Okay. So I don't know how I can use that in this small setup, meaning if you guys see a distribution center, let's go to the computer. My fan's running. That fan is off the grid, and that fan is on the grid. Yeah, let's go to the distribution. Yeah, so I've got the M10 order. The M10 is the lug size, okay? And that's $141. That has no lights on it. It doesn't have no fuses on it, but you can go in and put fuses in it. Let's go to the let's see if I can find what I got. If you go to okay, the Victron D10, this is the bus bar with the 4 fuses, is $201. Okay, if you don't connect it to this shunt or the BMS, these lights won't light up. Now you can go in and do a hack so your lights will light up if your fuse is good. When your fuse is blowing, it's going to go red. Okay, so this is $201. Okay, their distribution with no has the lights on it, but they don't work because you have to hook them up, and then has no fuses for $141. And you go into the, so when it's hooked up with that piece or that piece, then your lights light up because you couldn't connect them together. Now that's the issue I have, is the exploitive view sucks. So your battery positive and negative go here, and then the rest of your loads come off of this. So I can take off the, one could be for the inverter, okay, and that's about it. You're pretty much done with it. You might be able to put solar in here. I don't know exactly how that's going to work in my setup. And everything has to come down from the bottom. And so I can put my batteries on the end of the table, no big deal. I can lay flat on the table, but everything has to come from underneath the table, but I have nothing under there. It doesn't, I don't think this is going to be a good setup for me. You can see right now this has, the other one that has the fuses has bolts right here. All you gotta do is take off that cover and get yourself some MA bolts. They stick it right down in there, washers, lock washers, and then you can literally have yourself, for $60 cheaper, have yourself, because if you go to the other one, come on, if you go to this one, the $200 one that has the fuses, and you see it has the bolts in there. Those are real easy to put in. They just slide down into spot. Nothing holding those bolts down except for this cover. And then when you tighten this cover, and then they just go over the bolts, and when you tighten whatever you're tightening down, it tightens everything together. And then your fuses, go from one positive to the negative. So it's a good design, and I just don't know how I can make that work in my system and make it look nice. I can see how all the incoming's down there, so I can probably have that run this way, so I have my negative and positive coming off of that. Come behind there, that'd be nice. And then all the wires would be coming off this way. So technically this inverter, can set, it's just how to redesign this for that, or that's how the bus system I have now. The fuse down there with the switch, and then with the bus system. With the bus system, I can take all the positives separately into the bus, all the negatives separately into the negative bus, and that'd be parallel right there. And then my inverter be coming off of that end on the positive, and being on the negative, and the two lugs in the middle will be my battery, and then the lug on the end will be the solar. So that's how I think I'm going to do that one. And sorry, I'm just putting stuff together. The cat wants to lay down on her spot. I got it taken, so she gave me the cat eye. She's like, yeah, you need to move that junk out of my way. That's her spot right there. Here, she's giving me the cat eye. So you better move that crap. I want to lay down. So, yeah, I don't know. And you want the link system to be facing you. The letters, you want to be, facing upside down, because that's where I need it to be. But that one has, when the battery's coming in and out, they already got to be in parallel or series. And they're in parallel right now with these wires right here. That wire and that wire, the same length, whatever. So it's easy to, because I got the 4 gauge wire down there, or then I got where's that at? I got a loose 4 gauge. That's 3 foot there. So I really don't know exactly how I'm going to do this. This is the hardest part about the system, is actually putting stuff together. Because see, I'm not OCD. This does not bother me. This mess does not bother me one bit. Look at my house. Look at my vehicles. They're messy. But I don't care. I'm by myself. I don't have anybody to clean for or nothing. So on that note, so this mess doesn't bother me. But when I show off my system to other people, I would like it to look nice. You see these people, these YouTubers who have systems. It's on the board. It's plywood. I got the plywood picked out roughly right here. That's the plywood, so it's pretty thick. And I can bring it in here, sit down. I can cut it to length, because it's just going to be slightly shorter than what the length is, and it's going to be that wide. That's a glass table, so I can sit it down there. Actually, I can remove the glass table, the glass top. They go down there, and then I can sit that plywood on top of that, and then I can drill holes up and through the plywood to bring everything that way, or something. I don't know how I'm going to design this, but using the Victron bus bar, it looks nice. I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's just I do not know how I'm going to get that to hook up in my system, because I was going to bring both positives to that bus bar and both negatives to that bus bar, instead of doing the parallel on the batteries itself. That's why I got the 3 foot 4 gauge lugs there, and the wires. So we just take negative into the bus bar, that negative into the bus bar, so that'd be parallel, that positive into that bus bar. You know what I'm saying? So each one has its own wire to the bus bar, and so I'm gonna have the inverter, 2 batteries, and the solar, and that's all I need. And that's all being parallel. And I think that'd be better looking on a board than it will be the link system. Because with the link system, Victron, I will bypass the fuse, not the switch. I can put the switch on there right between the battery. I can still have the switch if I want, and the bus bar be gone. So I'll be eliminating a couple pieces. But how am I going to set it up? Way it's designed, it's only one way, and I don't know how I'm going to get the inverter. Where's going to put the inverter at? Because that has to go pretty much to the end of the table. Battery's going to have to shoot down that way. Yeah, that's a nice mess, ain't it? Shoot down that way, and so the battery's going to have to sit down there on the end down there and come up over into the end. And then when that's designed, all the outputs are on the bottom. So I gotta have solar coming in somewhere. It's just gonna look crappy. Well, this looks crappy anyway, but there's no way I can use that and make it look nice on this little system here. So that's my rant for today, but got the video in. Hopefully the fridge was shut off. Fridge has been on for a while, at least 20 minutes. It was on before I started recording, so a good half an hour. I'm still charging, and I'm still getting, pretty good in, pretty good out. So that's pretty much maxed. So and the solar panel was coming in. It's only 5.55 amps, so that's pretty close to the max amps. And the volts is around 90 volts. So I'm not getting all the votes. So, all right, guys. Well, that's the new toy. I actually bought that because this was set in float mode, so I wasn't charging a full 14.4 or 20 amps. It was charging 13.5, 13.4 with about 10 amps, 6 amps. So it was just in float mode, and so this system was never going to charge. And didn't realize that until I really started looking at it. And went, hold on, why is it only 13? I got this coming in, and it didn't make sense to me. I started watching some videos. I'm like, oh, it's in float mode. And oh wait, so you can go into the settings here and change a few settings. That's about it. It had LiPo 4 and LiPo 8. That's for the 4 cell and 8 cell. The 100 amp hours is 4 cell. The 200 amp hours is 8 cell. So I'm actually charging 8 cell. Yeah, so I might need to change that to the 8 cell. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, I do that. I can do that here. See what happens. Turn it on. I'm gonna go through. Nope, you want to hit this enter button. Battery enter. F4, F8. See what happens. Everybody doesn't like that. That's your different, that's the user, but you can't get into that because of, you need this display. There we go. Yeah, I didn't like the I didn't like the 8 cell. I thought it'd be 8 cell because 2 and 4 are parallel. So yep. All right, guys. Well, you have a good day, and so about 300 watts coming in, and designing this to make it look nice is going to be the hassle. It's going to be the bear, because I still want the box in play. The boxer has to be in play. I don't know if you heard the fan shut off again. Just makes sense because I have outlets that I need. Or any of my fridges, charging stuff up. I mean, so solder come into the charge controller can come out into the box, and the box can go into the batteries. So, alright guys, I don't know how to do this yet, but you have a good day.